A warm welcome to everyone here. This is our 44th class of Mundakopanishad with Swamiji. We are in chapter 3, section 1. In our last class, Swamiji started with shloka 1. We will have the question and answer session with Swamiji after class. Today, Mrs. Shubha Shivaram will chant 4 shlokas from Rasa Krida of Narayaniyam.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pasye Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtuvam Sastanobhir Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vṛkṣaṃ Swastina Posha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starkshyo Arishtanemi Swastina Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So after a long break, we are coming together. I think 2 or 3 months gap was there. Somehow it happened. In our last satsanga, we started the first mantra in the first khanda of the third mundaka. In the Mundakopanishad, there are 3 mundakas, each divided into 2 parts, namely khandas. Khanda means part. So this is the first part of third mundaka. That is last mundaka. Yet the mantra says, Dva suparṇā sayujā sakhāyā samānaṃ vṛkṣaṃ pariṣasvajāte tayoranyaḥ pippalaṃ svādvattyanaśnannanyo abhicākaśīti. Dvau suparṇau. There it is, dva suparṇā. Dva suparṇā sayujā sakhāyā. In the Laukik Vyakarana, that is the Samskrita Vyakarana used in the Laukika Shastras and in our worldly dealings, it must be dvau suparṇau sayujau sakhāyau. But as this is Veda, this is Chandas, we cannot strictly limit the usages into the four walls of Laukik Vyakarana. So here when it says Dva, suparṇā, sayujā, sakhāyā, we must not say it is incorrect. Instead of saying incorrect usage, we must say it is chandasam. It is chandasam used in the Veda, and we have to accept it as it is. So the meaning is, though means to, suparṇā. Suparṇā. Parna is wing of the bird. So suparṇā means two with beautiful wings. That is birds. Beings with wings are birds. So two birds. How they are living? Sayujā. Always together. Who are always together. Being together, living together. And sakhāyā. Sakhāyā. We can say friends. Or of the same dealings. People of same dealings, same circumstances, same situations in life, who are working in same walks of life, like that. However, friends. So there are two birds who are of the same age and same vyavahara, same transaction, same dealings. Or we can say they are friends. Not only they are friends, they are always living together. Sayujā. Both these birds, they are samānaṃ vṛkṣaṃ pariṣasvajāte. Samānaṃ vṛkṣaṃ pariṣasvajāte. Pariṣasvajāte are residing. Pariṣasvajāte, it is used as there are two birds. Divachana. So pariṣasvajāte means these two are residing. These two birds are residing, pariṣasvajāte, where samānaṃ vṛkṣaṃ, the same tree. The same tree. So this is in Sanskrit we say rūpaka. That is with the help of different rūpakas, that is similes. In Sanskrit, teachers, acharyas are teaching with the help of different examples, different similes. So here it is said, on a same tree, there are two birds who are friends, who are living together. Tayoho, of these two. Tayoho means of these two. Tayoho. Anyaha. Anyaha means one. Real verbal meaning of anyaha is one different man. Different. But when two are said and anyaha is used after that, the meaning would be one. One among them. So anyaha, one among them. Swādu pippalaṃ atti. Pippalaṃ is the fruit of that tree. And we can take it in the plural sense. So pippalaṃ, even though it is singular, we must take the meaning in plural. Fruits. Atti is eating. So one of these birds is eating the fruits of that tree. Anyaha, the other, anashnan, without eating. Ashnan means one who is eating. Ashnan, one who is eating. Anashnan means one who do not eat. One who is not eating. What he is doing, if he is not eating, what he is doing? Abhicākaśīti. Abhicākaśīti. The real meaning of the shabda is shines. Shines. Many acharyas gives the meaning witnesses. Witnesses. He is witnessing everything. But really, abhicākaśīti means shining. Shining. Because the meaning of the dhatu, chakasra, is deepti, to shine. So, abhicākaśīti means is shining. So now take the whole mantra together. There are two birds who are always living together and who are friends on a same tree, and one of those birds is eating the fruits of that tree, whereas the other is shining. How? Without eating. He is not at all eating. So in the Upanishad, we can see different examples and similes used by rishis to teach the students inscrutable aspects. When the subject matter of the teaching is easy to digest, without the help of an example, we can straight away, we can teach the student. This is that. But when it is difficult to imbibe, then the teacher must use different examples, parables, this, that, many things. With the help of stories, parables, then examples, teachers are teaching. Here also in the Upanishad, we can see so many such examples and descriptions. So we have to analyze the teaching, go deep into the teaching, and understand what is the message conveyed. So here it is that there are two birds on a same tree. Tree is vṛkṣaṃ. Vṛkṣaṃ. The word meaning of vṛkṣa is a tree. Why it is vṛkṣa? Vṛkṣascha vṛkṣanād. Vṛkṣanād vṛkṣaḥ. That which we can cut into pieces is called vṛkṣa. Where vṛkṣanam will happen, cutting into pieces will happen, that is vṛkṣa. That means perishable. So the meaning of vṛkṣa is perishable. That will die. So there is a vṛkṣa, an object that will die, a perishable object. And on that vṛkṣa, there are two birds. We know this body is a vṛkṣa. This body is a vṛkṣa. This body is a perishable thing. As this is born on a certain day, this will have, certainly will have a death on a certain day. And therefore this body is a vṛkṣa. In the same way, this whole samsara is a vṛkṣa. The whole samsara is a vṛkṣa. Why? Because it has a birth and a death. We can see many mantras like Urdhvamulo vṛkṣaṃ in the Kathopanishad, Urdhvamula madhashakham in the Bhagavad Gita, and detailed description of the same teaching in the Linga Purana, which extends to so many shlokas, which says the whole samsara, the whole universe, or the whole phenomenal existence is a tree. Urdhvamula madhashakham ashwatham. So here also, this is a tree. The samsara is a tree, or this body is a tree. And on this tree, there are two birds. Then some may ask, "Oh Swami, we were discussing up to this point of teaching that the absolute existence is only one and the same, Advaita. And we were negating all sorts of dualities. Of course, in the relative plane, we were accepting dualities. But in the absolute plane, we were negating that. There is no duality. Truth is one. Reality is one, without a second. And now you are saying there are two birds. So the same teaching which we were doing all the time is negated by yourself. This is not acceptable. You were saying up to this point of time, nehana nasti kinchana. There are no two objects. Only one, only one. Ekameva dvitiyam, one without a second. This was the teaching. And now you are saying there are two birds. How to understand this? You are contradicting yourself. Then the answer is, we must wait up to the next shloka, next mantra. Then we will understand what is the inner meaning of the saying two birds. However, here in this mantra it is said, on the same tree there are two birds, and how they are living in this? They are always living together, sayujā. That means when there is the existence of one, then only the existence of the second will happen. If there is no one, the other also will not be there. Because they are sayujā, always together. And they are like friends, sakhāyā. One among them, tayoranyaḥ, one among them eats the fruits of the tree. He is continuously eating the fruits of the tree. See, we are living this body, this world. We are having all the experiences here, sweet and sour, good and bad. All sorts of dualities we are experiencing here. We are seeing, we are hearing. So through organs of or senses of knowledge, we are getting different inputs from this world, from around us. So it is said, one among these two birds is continuously eating the fruits of the tree. What are the fruits? It is good and bad, heat and cold, praise and curse, all sorts of dualities. The experiences we are having. Whereas the other is sitting without experiencing or without getting anything. He is not at all eating, he is sitting. But he is abhicākaśīti, he is shining. He is shining. What is the meaning of this? So to get the meaning, we have to go to the next mantra. Next mantra, see. Samāne vṛkṣe puruṣo nimagno aniśayā śocati muhyamānaḥ juṣṭaṃ yadā paśyatyanyamīśamasya mahimānamiti vītaśokaḥ. Samāne vṛkṣe puruṣo nimagno aniśayā śocati muhyamānaḥ juṣṭaṃ yadā paśyatyanyamīśamasya mahimānamiti vītaśokaḥ. Samāne vṛkṣe. Samāne vṛkṣe. In the same tree. In the same tree. Samāne means in the same, vṛkṣe means in the tree. So samāne vṛkṣe means in the same tree. Puruṣaḥ nimagnaḥ. Puruṣaḥ nimagnaḥ. Puruṣaḥ, the being. Puruṣaḥ, the being. Or one who is residing. Pariṣasvajāte iti puruṣaḥ. One who is residing in the body is puruṣa. At the same time, he is puruṣa, that is, by whom everything is filled. By whom everything is filled. Purnam anena sarvam iti puruṣaḥ. By whom everything is filled is puruṣa. Then the meaning would be Paramatma. When we say pariṣasvajāte iti puruṣa, one who is residing in the body, that is Jivatma. So Purusha Shabda, the term Purusha will suit both this Jivatma and Paramatma. So this being Purusha is Samāne vṛkṣe Purushaha nimagnaḥ. Nimagnaḥ. Nisheshena magnaḥ. Purnataya magnaḥ. Is fully residing. Nimagnaḥ. Real word meaning is immersed. Nimagnaḥ, immersed. Nimagnaḥ, jale nimagnaḥ, immersed in water. Or tadage nimagnaḥ, immersed in a pond. So immersed, that is the real meaning. So samāne vṛkṣe puruṣaḥ nimagnaḥ. This being is immersed in the same tree. Why he is immersed? Because he is aniśayā śocati. One who is immersed is śocati. How? Aniśayā. Śocati means is grieving. Is grieving. Or we can say just grieves. Why? Why he is grieving? Anisaya. Because of helplessness. Why he is helpless? Because he is immersed. Why he is immersed? Because he is experiencing the dualities of the world and considering them as real. Where it is said? It is said, tayoranyaḥ pippalaṃ svādvattyanaśnannanyo. He is eating the fruits of the tree. Eating the fruits of the tree means he is experiencing the dualities of the world and taking them as real. If we are taking some experiences unreal, we will not be immersed in that. See, when we are going to a cinema hall, theater, and watch a movie, if we are keeping our identity away from that story which is happening in front of us, then we will not get immersed. But when we are becoming one with that story, what we are experiencing in front, then we will be immersed in that. We will laugh, we will cry, we will have different emotions. We will have different emotions. Why? Because of identification. When we are not identifying with that, then no emotion will come. Nothing will happen. But when we are identifying ourselves with what we are seeing or what we are experiencing, then the sorrow or the happiness of that will certainly enter into our own being, and we will get immersed in that. Then we will become helpless. This is happening. So, nimagno'niśayā, because of helplessness. Anisha means helplessness. Nimagno'niśayā, because of helplessness, or with the helplessness, muhyati, getting deluded. Muhyati means getting deluded. Then see, samāne vṛkṣe nimagnaḥ puruṣaḥ śocati. The other is not śocati. Who is not immersed, he is not śocati. How he is existing? Abhicākaśīti, he is shining. So there are two birds on the same tree. One is always eating the fruits of the tree and identifying himself with the experiences he is having, and thereby immersed. How he is immersed? Helplessness is making him immersed. He is helpless. He is carried away by the forces of those experiences. Whereas the other is not at all eating the fruits of the tree. Anashnan. And therefore he is shining. He is not śocati. And he is not getting deluded. Whereas one who is eating the fruits of the tree and identifying himself with that, he is becoming helpless, and therefore he is becoming muhyamānaḥ, and he is śocati. He is getting deluded, and out of delusion, he is experiencing sorrow in this world. See, so when there are two birds, one is having this sorrow, whereas the other, he is shining. Why he is shining? He is not getting entangled with the experiences of this world. He is not at all concerned. He is above the dualities. Then comes the question. So are there two birds really? See, when we are doing all these activities, we are in the midst of many activities. So within our own being, one part is doing all these things, and at the same time, there is a sakshi bhava within, one who is witnessing everything. These two are there in our own being. If we observe very closely, we can cognize this. But many a times what happened, we are that much identified with the one aspect of our individuality, and then we will not be able to see the sakshi within us, because we are that much immersed, we are that much deluded, we are that much sorrowing. See, even when all these sorrows are there, just like in the dream world, we are witnessing the dream, we are experiencing pain and pleasure, but at the same time there is the seer within. The seen world, it is existing along with the seer. We know this. In the same way, in the waking state also, when we are having pleasure and pain, we are experiencing all sorts of dualities, there is the witnessing entity within. Simply sit and observe. Put away all the shastras. Just to go deep within and observe how my individuality is working. Then we will see, I am experiencing the world around me through the senses of cognition, and I am acting through all the indriyas, all the limbs of my body, organs of action. I am thinking, I am deciding, I am remembering. All these faculties are working. But at the same time, behind all this, I am there. And only because I am there, all these are functioning. Just like Ramana Maharshi is saying, vrittayaha tu aham vrittim ashritaha. Vrittayaha tu aham vrittim ashritaha. All the thought waves which are moving in the antakarana, that is in the mind, always humming and howling. Giving different experiences of the world, they are there. But why? All these are depending on the aham vritti, the knowledge, the vritti which I am. And this vritti is because I am there. So even when I am acting in this world, I am working in this world, even when I am getting entangled, even then, within my individuality, there is the other aspect which is not at all getting entangled. So, that self is abhicākaśīti, is shining, and he is not at all eating the fruits of the tree. If he is eating the fruits of the tree, he also will become deluded. It never happens. It is not happening. He is shining. So these two aspects of the same individuality, it is being analyzed here. So when we are in this world, in this body, living here, there are two aspects in our individuality. One is one who is working, getting the rewards of the work, fruits of the work, fruits of action. That is one aspect. Anyaha pippalaṃ svādvattyanaśnannanyo. Svādu pippalaṃ. And abreast with that, there is the other aspect. What is that? Anasnannanyaha abhicākaśīti. So we have to observe our own individuality always and recognize these two aspects within us. If we are that much attached or identifying ourselves with the one aspect, then we will not recognize the other aspect. So have some stillness with it. Sit alone. Just dive deep into our own individuality. Different layers are there. That of body, senses, the mind, the intellect, like that. Analyze all this. And then go to the planes of mind and intellect. Then observe, closely observe. Then we can recognize these two aspects. Even when I am thinking, there is my individuality which is above this process of thinking. It is not at all active, doing anything. And this Akshibhava is there. Real witness. Real witness. So this is not a mantra to chant and go. We must make use of this mantra and dive deep into our own individuality and find out these two aspects of our individuality. Then what is the real me? Which is the real me? We have to transcend both these. That is the reply. Of course, first we have to transcend that aspect of our individuality which is acting and which is experiencing. That is anyaḥ pippalaṃ svādvattyanaśnannanyo. One who is eating the fruits of the tree, that aspect of our individuality we have to transcend first. Then there is the other. Who is that? The witness. Anasnan. One who is residing without eating and who is shining. Take that aspect of our individuality and observe closely. Juṣṭaṃ yadā paśyatyanyamīśamasya. Juṣṭaṃ yadā paśyati anyam īśam. Yadā, when juṣṭaṃ simply it may mean one who is there. One who is there. How you are taking that meaning? Because juṣ, the dhatu juṣ means juṣ-gatau. Juṣ-pariṣasvajāte. So in two places, Bhagavan Panini calls this dhatu, juṣ dhatu. One meaning is juṣ-gatau. So when we take in that sense, it would mean one who is there, juṣṭaṃ. And when we take the other meaning like pariṣasvajāte, one who is to be worshipped. One who is to be worshipped. Such a meaning will come. The worshipful one, full one. So, yadā, anyam, the other. Who is that the other? Juṣṭaṃ, one who is there or one who is to be worshipped. Īśam, the Lord, the controller. See the contrast? One is anishaḥ, helpless one. Whereas this aspect is īśaḥ, one who is controlling everything. Īśam, the Lord, and asya mahimānamiti, asya of his, asya means of his, mahimānamiti, the glory, greatness. Paśyati is seeing, beholding. Tada, at that time, tada, then, vītaśokaḥ, vītaśokaḥ. Without any sorrow. Because shoka is sorrow. Vītaśokaḥ. Without any sorrow. He becomes so. See what is the meaning of this mantra? See? So there are two aspects of our own individuality. One is always connected with the activities of the world and getting the fruits of the activities. Whereas the other aspect is one who is not at all getting entangled with the activities of the world and who is not at all eating anything out of this world. So these two aspects are there always within us. Now, dive deep into our own individuality and recognize these two aspects. And now this is the highest sadhana. Take that aspect who is witnessing everything, without eating and without experiencing, simply shining, abhicākaśīti, shining always. And that aspect is the witness, sakshi. Now, who is the sakshi? What is the real nature of the sakshi? Then we will realize he is the Isha. Paśyatyanyamīśamasya. He is the controller of everything. And he is residing in his own glory. Yadā anyam īśam paśyati. When we are beholding or we are seeing the other who is the Lord, who is the controller of everything, and that is the real nature of this sakshi aspect. So sakshi is none other than Ishvara. Sakshi is none other than Ishvara. Both are same. So I am realizing the sakshi aspect of my own individuality as Ishvara. And he is above all dualities of the world. That means I am above all dualities of the world. That is my real nature. See, when that knowledge shines within, then one becomes vītaśokaḥ. Above all dualities of the world, above all sorrows. Here, by the word sorrow, we have to mean the dualities, pain and pleasure. Because all dualities give us sorrows. How it is, Swami? How pleasure can give you pain? There is a mantra in the Veda which says, Priyam Tvam Ryocyati. Priyam Tvam Ryocyati. That which is Priyam. Always we are saying, you are my Priya. I love you. You are my most loving, or you are loved by me. You are loving me. and therefore you are Priya. I like you. So Upanishad says that likeness, Priyam Tvam Jyotsyati, will make you cry. Will make you cry. So both this pleasure and pain, all the dualities of the world, if we are identifying ourselves with them, otherwise nothing will happen. If we are sitting away from the dualities and showing outwardly, nothing will happen. We will always be established in our own self. But when we are getting entangled, then we are bound. And when we are bound, definitely sorrows will come. So when one realizes his own real nature as that of Ishvara, one who is above all these dualities, then he is no more a sorrowing one. Vītaśokaḥ bhavati. So we are in search of this. All the beings in this world are in search of happiness, getting rid of sorrows. And this will happen only when this knowledge shines within. What knowledge? I am Ishvara. I am not limited. When I am limited, I will be eating. Eating means seeing, thinking, deciding. So one who is living through the instruments and one who is identifying with the instruments and who is bound or limited by the experiences we are getting through the instruments. But when one realizes, no, this is not my real nature, I am Ishaha. And all these limitations came because of identifications with the objects. When that knowledge dawns within, then he is no more a sorrowful man. He is having no sorrows at all. Vītaśokaḥ bhavati. So our basic quest was to get rid of the sorrows of the world. Here it is that when one realized the real nature of the self, then only one gets that state. For that, this phenomenon, which we call our own life or our own individuality, our own entity or existence in this universe, it is analyzed, and it is said there are two aspects. One is the aspect of the worldly one. The other is the aspect of the witness. And first we have to discard the first, transcend the first, and reach to the witness state. Then we have to realize the real nature of this witness is he is Ishvara. When this knowledge dawns within, then there is no sorrow. He is no more in the field of dualities. He is no more limited by dualities of the world. He is well established in the Advaita. So this is the meaning of these two mantras. See, Dva suparṇā sayujā sakhāyā samānaṃ vṛkṣaṃ pariṣasvajāte tayoranyaḥ pippalaṃ svādvattyanaśnannanyo anashnannanyo abhicākaśīti samāne vṛkṣe puruṣo nimagno'niśayā śocati muhyamānaḥ juṣṭaṃ yadā paśyatyanyamīśamasya mahimānamiti vītaśokaḥ. Asya mahimānam. It is the glory of that. Because of that glory, all these are happening. And that glory is, it is the real form of Ishvara. And the witness aspect of my own individuality is nothing but that Ishvara. When we realize this, there is no more shoka. There is no more moha, delusion. So no sorrow, no delusion. That is the real moksha. Living in this world without sorrows and delusions, it is moksha. Then he will not be in search of moksha. So what is the real nature of Ishvara? What is his greatness? How realizing that reality will take you to moksha? All these questions are there. Of course, it is well described here. Even then, some more clarity is required. And that is the third mantra, which we will go in our next satsanga. In our next sitting, we can go to the third mantra. So now, if you want to ask anything, we can help that question answer session for a
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
This there is some work is going on, some disturbance in my house. So the question is, this Sakshi also is not, Sakshi also is Chidabhasa only, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why, see, when we say Sakshi, that also is an aspect of our individuality. It is not the whole. Because when there is something to be seen, there is the seer. Sakshi is the seer. Even though he is not entangled, even though he is not bound, he is the seer. To be the seer, there must be something to be seen. So there is still duality is there. So then we go on inquiring what is the real nature of the Sakshi. It is Chidabhasa. It is just a reflection of the Chit. Then what is the Chit? That is Isha. That is the Isha. That is my real nature. And all these are different reflections from Chidabhasa, that light of the self. It goes to Antakarana. And when that intellect, the mind, and such other instruments in the Antakarana shines, then it goes to the Jnanendriyas, that is senses of cognition, and karmendriyas, organs of action, and then the whole body, all get light from that Chidabhasa only. Nana chidra gadodara sthita mahadeva prabhabhaswaram jnanam yasya tu chakshuradi karana dvara bahispandate. So that light within, it is coming out through different holes as if, and then all the instruments, antakarana, and then the body, all these are getting effulgence from that. So of course, that witness also is Chidabhasa. We have to go above that. We have to transcend that plane also. Then only we will realize the real Ishvara nature, Isham Pasyati. Then only we will become vītaśokaḥ, vītamohaḥ. Namaste.
So, Swamiji, a question from YouTube channel from a mother. She asked, Namaste Swamiji. People say storytelling is good for a child's brain development and the best way to teach life skills to a child. What stories from Hinduism should we read to our children, as we have vast amounts of stories written by our ancestors?
There are thousands and thousands of stories, parables. If we go to Puranas, it is such an ocean. So in the outer plane, there are thousands of stories. We go deep down, there are also still thousands. Still deeper we go, we will get more and more. So the question is, what type of stories we have to select? According to the grasping capacity of our child. How much he or she can grasp, that much only we have to give. Then there comes, see, even when we are conversing with a small child, we must go to his level or her level. Don't sit somewhere on a higher seat. Seat never means physically. Be one with him or her. Then we can discuss the logics of such stories and how far that story is acceptable. What is the message of that story? Because in each and every story or parable described in our Puranas, there will be a teaching. There will be a message conveyed. So we have to give that message to our child, or at least teach them there is a message which you will understand when you are becoming more and more, when you are growing, you can realize. Then that inquiry will stand within them. Always take stories and parables which have the message of love, acceptance, which will inculcate human values within. So whenever you teach Rama, take Ravana also. Whenever you narrate the life of a divine being, we must, along with that, take demonic persons. Then only our child will be able to take the inner meaning. What to accept, what to reject. So I cannot say which story we have to take, but we must take according to the ability of the child. Slowly we can go to higher and higher lessons. So this is a natural process. Not only Puranas, there are bundles and bundles with us. When we open these bundles, we will realize all these are treasures. All these are treasures. So many stories of many legends who lived in this country with us. So take that stories. So many legends are there. See, when we teach, along with Puranas, along with the Itihasas, we can take the lives of such legends, great personalities. But always give the message what we have to accept, what we have to reject. Before narrating to the child, we must have clarity within. Without that clarity, we must not teach others. When we speak to somebody, the idea must be clear within. If it is not clear, if somebody asks, what is the message of this? Oh, I don't know. Then please don't tell them. We must have clarity within, then only we have to, or we can transfer that to others. Namaste. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pasyemakṣabhiryajatra Sthirairangai Stushtuvam Sastanobhir Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Sustina Indro Vṛkṣaṃ Sustina Posha Vishwavedaha Sustina Starkshyo Arishtanemi Sustina Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha